What if I told you that the heaviness in your legs, the swelling around your ankles, and even those painful cramps that wake you up at night might not be just aging at all, but early warning signs that the circulation in your legs is slowing down? As a vascular surgeon, I've had many patients over the age of 60 sit across from me and say the same thing. "Doctor, my legs just don't feel the way they used to. Their feet feel colder. Their legs get tired faster. By evening, their socks leave deep marks around the ankles." Most people assume it's something they simply have to live with. But here's the truth: most people never hear. In many cases, poor leg circulation doesn't start with disease. It starts with muscles that have quietly stopped doing the job they were designed to do, pushing blood back up towards your heart. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 exercises I recommend most often to older adults to help restore circulation in their legs. And the last one may be the most powerful circulation reset your body can perform without medication. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell, so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Exercise 1. The seated calf pump, activating your body's second heart. Many people are surprised when I tell them that the most important circulation pump in your legs is not your heart. It's actually your calves. In fact, vascular specialists often refer to the calf muscles as the second heart. And here's why that matters, especially after the age of 60. Every time your calf muscles contract, they squeeze the deep veins in your lower legs and push blood back up towards your heart. Without that squeeze, blood begins to slow down and pool around the ankles and feet. That's why so many older adults notice a pattern late in the day. Your shoes feel tighter. Your socks leave marks around your ankles. Your legs feel heavy when you stand up after watching television for a while. These are often early signs that circulation has slowed simply because the calf pump hasn't been activated enough during the day. The good news is that one of the most powerful ways to restart that pump takes less than 2 minutes and can be done almost anywhere in your home. Sit comfortably in a sturdy chair, your favorite recliner, a kitchen chair, or even the edge of your bed. Place both feet flat on the floor about hip width apart. Your posture should be upright but relaxed, shoulders loose, back supported if needed. Now keep the balls of your feet and your toes firmly touching the ground. From that position, slowly lift both heels off the floor as high as you comfortably can. You should feel the muscles in the back of your lower legs tighten as you rise onto the balls of your feet. At the top of the movement, pause for about 2 seconds and gently squeeze your calf muscles. Then lower your heels slowly back down until they touch the floor again. That is 1 full calf pump. The key to making this exercise effective is rhythm and control, not speed. Imagine a slow, steady motion, heels up, hold, and lower down. Each lift should take about 3 to 4 seconds total. If the movement feels rushed or jerky, slow down. The slower contraction actually squeezes the veins more effectively and helps push blood upward through the one-way valves inside your legs. Aim for about 20 to 30 pumps in one session. If your calves begin to feel warm or slightly tired, that's a good sign the muscles are working. Many of my patients like to do this while watching the evening news, reading, or talking on the phone. The beauty of this movement is that it fits naturally into everyday life. For people who sit for long periods, whether driving, watching television, or working on a computer, I often recommend doing calf pumps once every hour. Even a short burst of movement can help reset blood flow in the legs and reduce the heaviness that builds throughout the day. Within a week or 2 of practicing this regularly, many seniors report that their ankles swell less in the evening, their legs feel lighter when they stand up, and those annoying nighttime cramps begin to fade. But here's the fascinating part. Activating your calves is only one piece of the circulation puzzle. There is another muscle group higher up in your legs that can dramatically increase blood flow when used correctly, and the next exercise targets it in a way most people have never been taught. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. Exercise 2. The seated march, reawakening circulation in your thighs. One of the biggest circulation mistakes I see in adults over 60 has nothing to do with disease. It has to do with stillness. Long stretches of sitting quietly, whether in a comfortable recliner or at the kitchen table, can slowly reduce blood movement through the largest veins in your legs. The body was designed for regular muscle contractions, and when the thighs remain inactive for too long, circulation begins to slow in ways most people don't notice until symptoms appear. Many seniors describe the same experience. After sitting for an hour watching television or reading, they stand up and their legs feel heavy or stiff for the first few steps. That sensation isn't simply aging. It often means the muscles in the upper legs have been inactive long enough that blood flow has slowed. This next exercise is incredibly simple, but it targets exactly those large muscle groups that help restart circulation from the hips down to the knees. Sit in a stable chair with both feet flat on the floor. A dining chair, kitchen chair, or sturdy armchair works perfectly. Sit tall with your back comfortably upright rather than leaning far back. Your shoulders should feel relaxed and your hands can rest gently on the sides of the chair or on your thighs. Now slowly lift your right knee a few inches off the floor. The movement doesn't need to be dramatic, just enough so that your foot leaves the ground and your thigh muscles engage. Hold that lifted position briefly for about 1 second, then lower your foot back down gently. Next, lift the left knee the same way. What you're doing is essentially marching while sitting. The key is intentional movement. Instead of swinging the leg, focus on tightening the muscles in the front of your thigh as you lift. When you lower the foot back to the floor, do it slowly and quietly. If your foot slaps the ground, that usually means momentum is doing the work instead of the muscle. Aim for a smooth, steady rhythm, about 1 lift per second. Continue alternating legs for about 60 seconds. Inside your body, something powerful is happening with every lift. When the thigh muscle contracts, it squeezes the deep veins running through the leg. That pressure pushes blood upward toward the pelvis and eventually back to the heart. When the leg lowers again, those veins refill with fresh blood, preparing for the next contraction. Think of it as gently milking the circulation upward with each controlled movement. This exercise is especially helpful for seniors who spend time driving, sitting at a desk, traveling, or relaxing in the evening. If you've been sitting for more than 30 minutes, 1 minute of seated marching can significantly improve circulation and reduce that heavy leg feeling. Many people even notice that their legs feel warmer after doing this movement for a minute or two. That warmth is fresh oxygen-rich blood reaching tissues that were previously undersupplied. And while activating the thighs is important, circulation in the lower leg depends even more on something else entirely: the ankle and foot movement that controls the deepest veins in the body. The next exercise may look small, but the effect it has on blood flow can be surprisingly powerful. Exercise 3. Leg extension with toe flex, flushing circulation from ankle to hip. Here's something many people over 60 don't realize. Circulation problems in the legs rarely start in just one place. Blood has to travel through a long pathway, from the feet, through the calves, past the knees, and all the way up the thighs before it returns to the heart. If even one section of that pathway becomes sluggish, the entire system slows down. That's why some people experience cold feet, ankle swelling, and thigh fatigue all at the same time. The exercise I'm about to show you is powerful because it activates 2 critical circulation pumps at once: the thigh muscles and the calf muscles. When done correctly, it creates a smooth wave of blood movement from the ankle upward through the leg. Sit comfortably in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Make sure your hips are all the way back in the seat so your posture stays upright but relaxed. Place your hands gently on the sides of the chair or on your thighs for balance. Start with your right leg. Slowly extend your right foot forward, straightening your knee until your leg is nearly parallel to the floor. It does not need to be perfectly straight. Comfort always comes first. As your leg extends, you should feel the muscles in the front of your thigh tighten. These are your quadriceps, and when they contract, they gently compress the large veins in the upper leg, helping push blood upward. Once your leg is extended, pause briefly. Now comes the important part. Point your toes forward as if you were pressing a gas pedal. This action contracts the calf muscles, which wrap around some of the deepest veins in your body. Hold that pointed position for about 2 seconds so the calf muscle fully tightens. Next, pull your toes back towards your shin. You should feel a stretch along the back of your calf and Achilles tendon. This movement allows the veins in the lower leg to refill with blood before the next contraction. Finally, bend your knee slowly and return your foot to the floor. That completes 1 repetition. Perform this movement slowly and deliberately about 10 times with the right leg, then switch to the left leg and repeat the same sequence. A steady pace works best. Extend, point the toes, flex the foot, then lower the leg. Each repetition should take roughly 5 seconds. This controlled sequence creates what I often call a circulation flush. The thigh muscle pushes blood upward, the calf muscle squeezes the lower veins, and the ankle flex allows fresh blood to refill the vessels for the next cycle. For seniors who sometimes experience nighttime calf cramps, this exercise can be particularly helpful because it improves oxygen delivery to the muscles that often spasm during sleep. If straightening your knee fully causes discomfort due to arthritis, simply extend the leg halfway. The toe movement is actually the most important part of this exercise, so even a partial extension can still provide excellent circulation benefits. Many older adults notice that after a few minutes of this movement, their feet feel warmer and their legs feel less stiff. That's a sign blood is flowing more freely again. But circulation doesn't depend only on large movements from the knees and calves. Some of the most overlooked circulation boosters involve the small joints in the ankles and feet, and the next exercise uses a surprisingly simple motion to wake up dozens of tiny muscles that play a bigger role in circulation than most people ever realize. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. Exercise 4. The ankle alphabet, a gentle but powerful circulation booster. Most people assume improving leg circulation requires large movements like walking or standing exercises. But here's something many seniors find surprising. Some of the most important circulation improvements actually begin with the smallest joints in your body, the ankles and feet. These areas contain a network of small muscles and blood vessels that act like tiny pumps. When they stay still for long periods, especially during hours of sitting, blood flow can slow dramatically near the feet and lower calves. This is one reason many older adults notice their feet feel colder than the rest of their body, particularly in the evening. It isn't always about temperature. Often it's because the small circulation pumps in the ankles haven't been activated for a while. The exercise I want to show you is incredibly simple, but it wakes up dozens of small muscles that help move blood through the lower legs. I often recommend it to patients who spend a lot of time sitting, traveling, or resting during the day. Sit comfortably in a chair with your back supported and both feet resting flat on the floor. Make sure the chair is stable and that you're sitting far enough back so your posture feels relaxed but upright. Now slowly lift one foot a few inches off the floor. Your leg should remain relaxed with your knee slightly bent. Imagine that the tip of your big toe is a pen. Using that pen, begin to slowly write the letters of the alphabet in the air. Start with the letter A, then B, then C, and continue moving through the alphabet. Your ankle should guide the movement while the rest of your leg stays relatively still. The motions don't need to be large. Small, controlled movements are actually more effective because they activate the muscles around the ankle joint. As you move your foot in different directions, the muscles surrounding the ankle contract and relax repeatedly. This motion gently squeezes small veins in the foot and lower leg, helping move blood back toward the calf where larger muscle pumps take over. Take your time with this exercise. Writing the full alphabet should take about 30 to 45 seconds for one foot. Once you reach the letter Z, place that foot back on the floor and repeat the same process with the other foot. Many seniors enjoy doing this exercise while watching television or sitting in the evening because it doesn't require standing or any equipment. Despite how gentle it looks, the ankle alphabet can noticeably improve circulation, reduce stiffness in the ankle joint, and even support better balance over time. Another benefit is joint mobility. As we age, the ankle joints can gradually become stiff, which makes walking less efficient and can increase fall risk. These slow circular movements help keep the joint flexible while encouraging steady blood flow through the lower leg. If your ankles feel tight at first, that's completely normal. Move slowly and stay within a comfortable range of motion. Over time, the movement usually becomes smoother as the muscles loosen up. But while small ankle movements help restart circulation near the feet, there's still one exercise left that many vascular specialists consider the most powerful circulation activator of all, and it mimics one of the most natural movements your body was designed to perform. Exercise 5. The standing heel raise, the strongest natural pump for leg circulation. If there's one movement the human body was built to do for healthy circulation, it's rising up onto the balls of your feet. Long before gyms and exercise programs existed, this motion happened naturally every time we walked, climbed stairs, or stood up from a chair. But as many adults move into their 60s and 70s, daily routines often involve more sitting and less walking than before. When that happens, one of the body's most powerful circulation pumps becomes underused. This final exercise restores that natural pump in the safest and simplest way possible. It targets the calf muscles, which surround deep veins responsible for carrying blood from the lower legs back to the heart. When those muscles contract strongly, they act like a mechanical pump that pushes blood upward against gravity. Stand behind a sturdy chair, a kitchen counter, or the back of a sofa so you have something stable to hold on to. Safety always comes first, especially if balance is a concern. Place your feet about hip-width apart, standing tall with your weight evenly distributed between both legs. Now slowly lift your heels off the floor so your weight shifts onto the balls of your feet. Rise as high as feels comfortable, allowing your calf muscles to tighten and support your body. At the top of the movement, pause for 2 seconds and gently squeeze your calves. You should feel the muscles in the back of your lower legs fully engage. Next, lower your heels slowly back down to the floor. Avoid dropping them quickly. The downward portion of the movement is just as important as the lift because it keeps the muscles working and encourages steady blood flow through the veins. That is one repetition. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions at a slow, controlled pace. Each lift should take about 3 seconds up, a brief pause at the top, and 3 seconds back down. If your calves begin to feel warm or slightly tired, that's a good sign the muscles are activating the circulation pump. For many seniors, this exercise quickly becomes one of the most effective tools for reducing that heavy, sluggish feeling in the legs late in the day. Some even notice that their feet feel warmer afterward because fresh blood is moving more efficiently through the lower legs. If balance is limited, you can start by doing smaller lifts or performing the movement while lightly leaning on the counter for support. Over time, as strength improves, the range of motion often becomes easier and more comfortable. Consistency matters more than intensity. Practicing this movement once or twice a day can help keep the calf pump active and support healthy circulation well into older age. And now that you've learned all 5 of these circulation-restoring movements, the real question becomes this: what happens when you combine them into one simple daily routine that takes less than 10 minutes but could completely change how your legs feel by the end of the day? Your legs are telling a story, and the next few years will depend on how you listen. If there is one message I hope stays with you after today, it is this: the body after 60 is not weak, but it is more sensitive to neglect. Circulation, especially in the legs, reflects how actively we support our own health. When the muscles of the legs stop moving regularly, blood flow slows. At first, it may only show up as cold feet, mild ankle swelling, or legs that feel unusually tired at night. But over time, poor circulation can quietly set the stage for more serious problems: persistent swelling, worsening varicose veins, nighttime cramps that interrupt sleep, and in some cases even dangerous blood clots. What makes this stage of life unique is how small daily habits begin to shape the next 5 years of your health. The 5 exercises we discussed today are not about fitness in the traditional sense. They are about restoring the natural pumps your body was designed to use every day: the calves, the thighs, the ankles, and the feet. Each gentle movement wakes up muscles that squeeze the veins and help blood return to the heart. When those pumps stay active, circulation improves, oxygen reaches the tissues more effectively, and the legs remain stronger and more comfortable. For many older adults, nighttime is when circulation problems become most noticeable. After a long day of sitting or limited movement, blood can settle in the lower legs. That's why some people wake up with painful cramps, tingling feet, or a feeling of heaviness in the middle of the night. Understanding this connection is powerful. It reminds us that what we do during the day, how often we move, stretch, and activate our muscles, directly affects how our body behaves while we sleep. Looking ahead to the next 1 to 5 years, the difference between maintaining independence and gradually losing mobility often comes down to small daily actions. Seniors who keep circulation strong tend to walk more comfortably, recover faster from fatigue, and maintain better balance and endurance. Those who remain sedentary may find their legs becoming stiffer, weaker, and more prone to swelling. The encouraging truth is that your body continues to respond to movement at any age. Even small, consistent exercises can help maintain healthy circulation and protect the strength of your legs. Your legs have supported you for decades through work, family life, and countless everyday moments. Now is the time to return that care by staying attentive to the signals your body gives you and taking simple steps each day to keep blood flowing. Muscles active, and your future health as strong as possible. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.